I think actually what happened with the state budget crisis began this year when businesses were shut down. What should have happened is there should have been tax relief for our businesses right after the first quarter, as they were having a cash flow problem. The other thing that I think has to happen, it will be in this next budget biennium. Again, it's going to be tax relief for those businesses. We need to get people employed. We need to get these businesses back opened up again. The B&O tax needs to be rolled back, and we need to look at forgiveness for some of the other taxes. I'd like to see forgiveness for the first quarter of this last year for businesses also.
As we look at the budget deficit that our state is facing, we're going to need a mix of measures and strong bipartisan leadership to find solutions. I will bring common sense fiscal responsibility to this task. We'll need to start by asking our federal partners to make sure that our states, counties, and cities get the funding that they are owed. Then we're going to have to revisit any new funding that was approved in January. Governor Inslee vetoed some of it, but he did not go far enough. We will also have to look at our rainy day fund. And there may be a push for new revenue sources. I do not support an income tax. I would consider, as a last resort, taxes, but only those that address highest income individuals or our multi-billionaire companies.
And the first question is an interesting one. There is a looming state budget crisis. But despite the projected shortfalls, the state will take in more than our previous budget. We need to make targeted cuts to preserve safety nets. We can't raise taxes on families or businesses any more than we already have. We need to manage and survive this shutdown. But as a legislator, I will work with our colleagues to ensure our district needs are heard and to vote against policies that will make the budget situation that we're in right now even worse.
Well, the first one obviously is going to be business retention. We need to keep the existing businesses operating that we have. And again, that's going to be through a process of tax relief. And with that tax relief, then they can be able to have the cash flow to move forward. The other priority, I think, is going to come with the unemployment of our people. We will really have a better idea of how many businesses are lost with the unemployment numbers, which is going to be putting a strain on our unemployment fund. So the sooner we can open up, the quicker that we can get those people back working, the more dollars we're going to generate for our local economy, and that's what's really important for us to be back on our feet.
As we look at ways that we can support our business environment, I would start by prioritizing our small businesses. They're the lifeblood of our community, and they've particularly been hit hardest in the current environment. We can help make sure they have the capital they need to stay open. And we can continue to support local efforts like those that have taken place across the district to continue to make sure our businesses have the safety equipment that they need, that we encourage everyone to shop local, and that we provide training and supplies needed so that our local businesses can adapt operations to online or pickup or delivery where possible. For the long run, our other greatest investment in our economy is through our education system. By investing in our early learning and our K-12 system, we're creating our state's most sought-after graduates. We know with a qualified workforce, we can create and attract jobs, like we did with our wine industry through our partnerships with the community colleges.
The two that I can think of that would be most important and the things that I've advocated for the most would be the B&O taxes, the way that they're structured now. It's not fair at all to businesses. To be taxed on the gross. I have a business. It's a tasting room. So I'm taxed on my gross sales, not my net sales. And there's a big diversity in that. We don't have much of a profit margin at all. Second priority would be to secure a thriving business environment that would ensure recovery policies that support job creation. We have to get back to job creation. We've lost a lot of employees that won't be back. As a small business owner, I understand what works and how regulations can impact the local economies. We need regulatory certainty and fewer of them.
I think what has happened is as we've moved through this COVID crisis, we've learned a lot. Those people that know that they're at high risk or those that feel insecure out in the business environment obviously are taking those precautions on their own, whether it's wearing masks or sheltering in place. As for our businesses, we have been able to move forward with our cleanliness and setting parameters to be able to open up again. The constituents, all of us want to be able to have a normal life again. We want to get back to what we enjoy, and I believe that constituents and business owners are going to do everything they can to provide a healthy environment so we can move this economy forward and be fully open again.
The last few months have been incredibly difficult for all of our communities. Thank you so much to everyone who's come together in new ways to look out for each other, especially our healthcare providers and all of our essential workers who've worked hard to keep our communities safe and resilient. As we look ahead at what it will take to stay open, we need to find a smart balance that prioritizes health, but allows us to mitigate our risks and keep our businesses open. By masking up, we can open up. As we go forward, we need to continue to drive our decisions based on the latest science and experts, and understanding that one size does not fit all in this state. We need to have locally driven solutions so that we can best adapt to the needs on the ground. I am confident that we can tackle these challenges by coming together and working hard for each other, as our communities are great at doing.
Safeguarding the health of the people of the district. I really think that these two are connected but not mutually exclusive. If we want a healthy business environment, we need a physically healthy community. Enforcement agencies, I believe, should shift toward helping businesses comply with best business practices. It's time that we trust the people. The best way we would have for clear directions, to have types of industries and have businesses submit a plan for safety. The whole focus should shift toward helping the businesses reopen safely.